First we should check the Monokuma file. Damn, I'm still shocked that Mew died. Mew, the ultimate inventor. The body was discovered in the computer room on the 4th floor. Approximate time of death is 6:30 a.m. There is no external wounds on the body. No external wounds. Doesn't being strangled count as a wound? Because then it would leave, like, wound marks. Thus. The time of death happened 30 minutes before now, while we were still in the virtual world. Kokichi, what do you want? You don't have to be so wary of me. It's not like I'm gonna get in your way, Shuichi. Also, what's up, Dark? It's just I hate lies so much that I tend to suspect others a lot. Kaito said he wouldn't team up with you for this case, but I can't trust those words.
So that means...
That's why I'm keeping an eye out, just in case he tries to bother you. Keeping an eye out.
It's true!
Don't take it the wrong way, though. I'm not trying to replace Kaito as your partner.
Alright!
But I'll help you as much as I can, so where are you gonna investigate now? So here's what I was thinking. I think it was Kibo. Straight out the gate. Here's what Kibo could have done. I've already built the situation in my head. Kibo, being waterproof, could have jumped into the river. He gets floated all the way to the rock. Right? The rock that caught the board. He gets floated all the way to there. And he just mantles onto land. Or uses the thing. Uses the bridge to get back onto land. There, he leaves the virtual world, right? Kills Mew. And then re-enters the virtual world. He then picks up the plank, uses it as a bridge, and then knocks it off, and then it once again follows the river and then gets caught up back onto the rock once again. Thus making it seem like he couldn't have done it. That's what I think might have happened. What is he up to? Why is he following me? That's what I think happened. Near Mew's body. Why are the Monokubs still here? Mew's hands are clasped around her neck as if she was grasping for air. Her eyes are wide open in panic. She must have suffered quite a bit.
Wow.
Ew, that's a grody face. Mew must have suffered a lot. A vulgar death fit for a vulgar bitch.
Hey.
Stop, Kokichi. Even if you're joking, that's too far.
Nothing.
You're right. You should never speak ill of the dead, no matter how much you hated them.
Right?
Even if she was a despised, pathetic, dirty cum toilet of a person. I suppose I'll never get Kokichi to change. But what's Mew's cause of death? It doesn't say in the Monokuma file. I don't think she was strangled. I think her helmet was, like, ripped off, and that caused her to, like, fucking spaz out. May I? I wanted to let you know just in case it turns out to be a clue. I was the first one to log out and find Mew's body. She was still wearing the helmet, and her body was contorting into this awful position. She was still wearing the helmet, and her body was contorting into this awful position. Maki logged out after I did, and she helped me take Mew's helmet off. And then she was gone.
Hey.
Is that a confession?
Hi.
How is that a confession? Anyway, the question is the cause of death. What caused her to suffer like this? Mew's corpse has been added. What caused her? So she was contorting like this in the game? But in the real world. Huh. Weird. Weird. Why was she dying in real time? How is that even possible? We had like a whole conversation. We heard the sound. We had like a whole conversation. We got the bridge. We got everyone back. We all started logging out. Oh, that's like, it's just dying very slowly. Hey, Monotaro, are you good?
Mommy!
He's not good. Why are they still here? Go away. Mew's hands are clasped. I want to, like, investigate her body. Same thing. What could have caused her to suffer like this? What was the cause of death? What is this? Small bottle? There's something on the seat. It's a small bottle. I feel as though I've seen it before. Oh, this is yours, right, Shuichi?
Huh?
Mine? No, I guess it's not yours, but it's from your lab.
Oh,
Poison!
right?
Yep, it's poison. So you know about this, Kokichi. Of course, because I've already checked it. Or we are in a killing game, you know. If there's poison and tricks prepared, then of course I'd investigate them ASAP. Is that? It's not so I can use them. I check in case someone else uses them. Is that really true? By the way, did you see the label on the back of the bottle? The label? Water. According to the warnings here, this poison is pretty lethal. It becomes neutralized once it's mixed, so it has to be taken directly. But when it's taken directly, the victim will immediately die, even if they sip a little bit. Which means if you could get the victim's mouth open, you could kill them instantly. Like Kibo logging out and then touching her lips with his mouth, with his finger, touching her lips with his finger, and it kills her immediately. And then out comes Maki. I can't imagine a better method of killing someone who's logged in. By the way, I should tell you what symptoms of the poison cause. It causes a small blood vessel under the conjunctiva to explode. That's a grammar. Which makes the whites of your eyes turn blood red. Bloodshot eyes. That's important information. That doesn't seem to be what happened. Her eyes were just open. Well, that's everything about this poison. Am I doing a good job? Maybe it's time you acknowledged me as your partner. Kiss of death. That came from Kibo. I thought I remember you saying that. You didn't want to be my partner. Did I? Well, sometimes I lie without thinking about it. Seriously. Anyway, who brought this poison? Do you think the culprit did it? Who brought the poison? I can't be certain yet. But I do know that poison was left on Kokichi's chair. Small bottle of poison. That was Kokichi's chair. Maybe he's just trying to spice things up, you know? What about the VR headset? This was Muse. This is the device we wore on our heads to enter the virtual world. Some helmets still have their cords plugged in. Others have them removed. I'm positive that they were unplugged after logging out. And that's it. The cords. We were supposed to unplug the two cords from the computer into our helmets. The red cord for conscious, the blue for memory. If you got those mixed up... Out of curiosity, what happens if you swap cords? I don't know. I've never done that before. Probably gets all glitchy or something. I think someone definitely logged out and switched her cords. Maybe they didn't, like, unplug her, but they just swapped the cords. And that's it. Maybe you become a vegetable. Maybe you body swap with someone. Who knows? A glitch. Device instructions. So they could have switched, gone back into the world, and then done the whole thing. Showed up with everyone else once again. From what the time of death indicated in the Monokuma file, Mew was killed when we were still in the virtual world. Doesn't swap require unplugging? Yeah, but it's like an Indiana Jones thing, you know? It's like fast enough where it's like it's gonna cause her to glitch out, but it's not gonna like instantly just like kill her, so it'll be like less sus. Also, if it was unplugged, either way, the point is to kill her. It's irrelevant. The unplug is just to kill her. How she dies is irrelevant, but they like plugged it in. They plugged it back in. So it's less sus. So it's like, once she's plugged back in and then everyone's out, it's like they just think, oh, her headset is still plugged in. So thus, it might not have been it without checking the colors. And then the killer could have just unplugged it after the fact. Like, say we go with this Kibo theory. Kibo could have, like, taken off the helmet and then unplugged the cord so no one could check to make sure if the cords were plugged in correctly after the fact. Whereas, like, Maki would have been there to be like, yeah, no, she was plugged in. You know? It's like a safeguard. Hey, Monotaro, what's going on with you? This place is upsetting my stomach. No, you're endangering our entire existence as mascot characters.
Monotaro.
Poor Monotaro. Sadga. Sag. Very sad. Can I check her eyes? Now that I have this information. No. What could have caused her to suffer? What if they strangled her? No. Nah. No external wounds were found on the body. I think it just makes it look like... I think they just had it make it look like she was strangling. Or some shit. I don't know. Who do I talk to? You don't have to be so wary of me. I'm keeping an eye out in case Kaito tries to bother you. Don't take it the wrong way, though. I'm not trying to replace Kaito as your partner, okay?
Hey.
But I'll help you as much as I can. What are we going to investigate now? What is he trying to do? We need to insist... Why does he insist on following me around?
That's right.
Shuichi, I gotta explain, just so you don't misunderstand. Explain what?
Ah.
You're talking about how you logged out by yourself, right? Okay, let's hear it then.
What?
Why are you...
Yeah.
Feel free to lie, of course. Exposing lies is the real pleasure of this game, after
Don't
all.
screw around.
Oh, what?
Hey.
Kaito, just ignore him and talk to me, okay? I prefer Kokichi as my sidekick, I'll be real. About the whole logging out thing, I don't really get it myself. When I was looking for the secret of the outside world on the rooftop, a circle lit up under me. I was suddenly sucked in, and before I knew it, I was logged out. The same thing happened when I used the phone to log out. How did that happen on the rooftop? And what happened after you logged out?
So...
Everyone else was still logged in, but I didn't know if it was okay for me to log back in. So I just went back to my room and slept. Since it was dawn, I was pretty tired. And the body discovery announcement woke you?
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I heard it and rushed here.
Hey.
Do you remember what the condition Mew's body was in when you logged out? Nah, I didn't pay attention to that, so I didn't know. You didn't notice anything wrong? Like whether she was dead or not?
Shut up!
Like I said, I don't know.
Ah.
Okay, sorry. So I just need to object to the contradiction in that testimony, right?
Don't screw around.
I said I'm not lying. Tell him, Shuichi.
Shuichi.
No, Shuichi, in order to find the truth, you can't be biased. His account. How is he logged out? I know the rule is you just say your name into the phone and you're logged out. But what if someone else says your name? What if someone just went to the phone and said Kaito Momota and then he just got sucked out? I remember the rule to leave, you just had to say your name. But that's it. What do I need to investigate? Maybe I just need to talk to everyone, get their accounts. It ended up like this after all. I had a bad feeling ever since I thought I saw Mew's from the dining room window. You thought you saw Mew?
Ah.
Yeah, I told Shuichi about it. There's a small window in the dining hall. I thought I saw Mew. Oh, she should be on the other island. Yeah. Oh, so you saw Mew then. I thought I must have been mistaken since she should have been by the chapel. You're only saying you were mistaken so you don't have to feel as guilty. Huh?
Because...
If you had been positive it was Mew, then you could have done something sooner. You could have prevented her death, you know? That... Or you could have caused it. That's just speculation, Kokichi. You can't judge in hindsight.
My bad.
Oh, we went a little off topic there. Anyway, I wanted to ask you something. What did you do after you thought you saw Mew? I thought I was mistaken, but it really bothered me so. About 10 minutes later, I told Shui... About 10 minutes later, and while we were talking about it... Bang. Zoom. Straight to the moon. What was that sound? It sounded as if something was struck very hard, and it came from the outside. We heard a loud noise and rushed out to the entrance hall, but there was no one there. I already know how this played out. We thought we heard Kibo here.
Huh?
Kibo's voice, huh? Wasn't he at the chapel?
Okay.
He was, but Tsumugi and I were positive it was his voice. We heard Kibo from the entrance hall when he should have been at the chapel. What? That's weird, because you shouldn't be able to hear anything between the chapel and the mansion. Even Mew said that. I think Kibo's still sus. Yeah, she did say that. Enough with the flashbacks. It just happened. You're right, the sound shouldn't reach through the map's loading point. So how did we hear Kibo's voice? How were we able to hear Kibo at the mansion if he was at the chapel? Maybe someone's lying. Lying?
Hey.
By the way, Kokichi, did you hear the loud noise or Kibo's voice at all? I'm not sure. I must have noticed because I was too busy. I must not have noticed because I was too busy searching. You're lying to his face. Kaito.
Hey.
Kaito, you keep interrupting me when I talk. Do you like me or something?
Screw around.
Who would like you, dumbass? I was interested in Shuichi's conversation. My conversation? You heard Kibo's voice when it should have been impossible. Can you tell me more about it? Well, I said before it was pretty much... what I said before was pretty much everything. After that, we headed back to the chapel to see what happened. We saw Gonta as we left the mansion, and the three of us went to the river together. That's when we met up with Kokichi. And then we used the signboard that I found as a bridge. What about it, though? Did you notice anything? I suppose not. I see you're working hard. It looks like you're starting to take this game seriously, Kaito.
Shut up.
Shut up! Tsumugi's account has been added. Loud noise has been added. What else has been added? Kibo, why did I hear your voice? I've been wondering. What was this secret of the outside world that we were searching for anyway? That's true, we got sidetracked by Mew's murder case. We never discovered what the secret actually was. The secret of the outside world is that there is no outside world. The outside world is a blank void. And we are confined to this one little space because it is a simulation. That is the secret to the outside world. Like in the Neo World program, there is no greater outside world. There is only the playing grounds. And we are in the playing grounds right now. That's the secret. It's a metaphorical thing, not an actual thing. We couldn't find anything at the chapel.
Okay.
No, Tsumugi. Tsumugi and I didn't find anything.
Dad.
I didn't find anything either. That's probably the same with Kaito and Gonta too, right?
Right?
And knowing them, if they had found something, they would have told us right
Yeah.
away. Yes, they would have, unlike you.
Whoa.
Wow, Shuichi, did you hear that? The robot's being sassy with me.
That's so mean.
Did you know robots don't need warm blood to function, so they become cold like this? That's why he's more concerned about the secret of the outside world than poor Mew. He told us that he couldn't cry even if he wanted to. He went so far as to stage his dramatic reaction. That's not true. I was hoping we could discover the truth too.
Oh.
You're a pretty advanced robot. You can be sassy and make excuses. Kibo's gonna kill him. Kibo's gonna kill Kokichi. Who else? Who else has an account? Kimiko? I never thought Mew would be killed. When I saw her avatar there not moving, I thought maybe, but... That's right, you saw that Mew avatar in the virtual world had stopped moving. Me, Kibo, and Maki all found her avatar. Alibi? Maybe Himiko can give Kibo an alibi.
Hey.
Can you tell me more about that? Any details? We were looking for the secret of the outside world at the chapel.
Hey.
Mew was too, right? No, Mew volunteered to look around the outside of the chapel, so she wasn't with us. Mew volunteered to look around outside? We searched, but we couldn't find anything. Then right when we were starting to get tired, all of a sudden we heard a really loud sound outside. That must be the sound I heard as well. Something must have hit the wall of the chapel really hard. We felt it all the way from the outside. Something hit the chapel wall? So we all rushed outside to check the side of the chapel, and we found Mew's avatar. So that's when you went to log out? Mew could have hit the chapel really hard. No damage can be looked and seen upon by the outside world. By the avatar. But the real person still feels it. So Mew's body would still be perfectly fine as an avatar. But real her would be dead. That's when you went to log out and check Mew's real body. But when we went to the river, the bridge was gone for some reason.
Oh, jeez.
Then while we were standing around wondering what to do, you guys showed up.
Thank you.
Was it Gonta's tree trunk-sized dick? Yeah, maybe I should ask Himiko that.
Oh.
That testimony sounded important, especially about how they couldn't cross the river.
Because
Because if they weren't able to cross, then no one could have gone to between the mansion and the chapel. And this helps narrow down the people who could have come into contact with Mew. Who could have come into contact with Mew at the chapel? Events at the chapel has been added. Yo, what's up, Mac? Gonta. You're a tree trunk dick? Do it?
Hey,
Gonta, you alright?
you're so dumb.
Are you still depressed about Mew? Come on, don't be such a Debbie Downer. What are you, Hajime?
By the way,
Oh, Gonta, I want to know what you think. Rare, I know, but who do you think is the culprit?
Gonta don't know.
Gonta not know. Murder already happened when Gonta awake.
How this happened?
But why this happened? Why Mew killed? Gonta not understand. Gonta not understand anything.
How can this be?
But Gonta frustrated and sad. Gonta no could protect Mew. He seems all over the place right now. Ah, man, he can't think when he's all like this.
it's true.
But Gonta doesn't seem to be lying. I'm pretty sure he's telling us the truth. Well, I guess a big dum-dum like Gonta doesn't have to have brains to lie in the first place.
Hey,
Don't talk about him like
I'm
that.
disappointed.
I'm so disappointed in you, Gonta. When I first met you, I thought you'd be more useful.
Sorry,
Same, kind of.
Gonta.
Gonta so
idiot.
sorry. Gonta sorry he could no protect Mew. Gonta. If you feel that bad about it, then stop blaming yourself. Help us find the culprit. This is the culprit's fault anyway, so pull yourself together and help us, okay? Okay, Gonta understand.
Gonta do his best.
Going to do his best to find culprit. Going to definitely do his best this time.
Yeah.
Yep, now that's the spirit. Now Kokichi's encouraging him? I don't really know what Kokichi is thinking. Kokichi, always so nice. Kokichi, you always look at what Kokichi does, not how he does it. Maki? Is Maki the only one I haven't talked to? Maki was working on the computer, her hand moving the mouse around rapidly. You know how to work that computer, Maki?
Nope.
Nope, not really. I never used this program before either. I see. I imagine that it would be difficult to understand unless you were an expert.
Well-
Some sort of expert programmer. But I did find the text file regarding this program. It has info about the program's basic features, but other than that, there's not much.
Oh.
Oh, so what did it say?
Ah.
If you don't want to tell me, at least tell it to Shuichi. According to this text file, the killing game simulator used a certain program at the base. It's called the Neo World Program. Neo World Program? Never heard of it.
Well,
In this killing game simulator, objects can't break. Your body's 5 senses are connected to your avatar, and your avatar cannot be harmed. Avatar cannot be harmed, but the brain in the real world can. But any damage inflicted onto your avatar will be transferred to your body in the real world. That matches what Mew told
that's
us.
true.
If your avatar receives fatal damage, then your real body will die from the shock.
Huh?
From shock?
Oh.
Ah, so this is the first time we're hearing about this? If someone receives a fatal injury in the virtual world, then they die in the real world. Well, your 5 senses are connected, so it makes sense you'd feel the same amount of pain.
Right?
So it wouldn't be too surprising if you died from a fatal injury.
Oh, man.
But the more important question is, why did Mew keep such an important detail a secret? That is strange. I have no idea why she wouldn't mention such an important detail. Because she intended to murder, but was murdered herself. Did she hide that from us on purpose? That's all it says about the virtual world's basic features. The rest of the virtual world is the same as the real world, including the laws of physics. Warps and special transportations like mounts do not exist.
See.
So you can only move around using your avatar.
How boring.
She should have added warps and mounts to the virtual world. That's all it says in the text
Thank
file.
you.
Thank you, Maki. That was very helpful.
But
Interesting. I mean, not interesting. This is what I figured in the first place. But is this the info on the text file
what are you
correct?
talking about?
What do you mean?
nuh-uh.
Back to work? Alright, have a good work day, Taylor. Last week. I'm not doubting you or anything, Maki, but I'm just saying that the file could have been rewritten. It's possible that someone rewrote the original info with false info, you know? But to determine that, you would need an extensive knowledge of computers.
It's my time to shine.
This looks like a job for me! Monotaro. Huh?
Stop it.
Don't get in our way. I won't get in the way. In fact, I want you to help me with the investigation. Oh, Monotaro wants to avenge his mom's death. Help with the investigation? Monotaro, what are you saying? Come on, please. Won't you let me help with the investigation? Ever since I forgot I'm bad with computers. I'm good with computers
What are
now.
you talking about?
That logic doesn't make any sense.
Way!
You can't, Monotaro. We're not allowed to help with the participants. As mascots, we gotta stick to that
I
rule.
don't care.
I don't give a fart about the rules. I want to help everyone. I want to avenge my dead mommy.
Huh?
Your mommy? You mean Mew?
Not that.
No, Monotaro, you've forgotten again. You've forgotten that she's not our mother.
I want you.
And you've forgotten about the important person you need to protect. Shut up, you pig. I'm busy avenging mommy's death. How sad. But it looks like this is goodbye. I love you, but there's someone I need to protect. Goodbye. I don't know which one of these two is gonna die this chapter. Which one of the Mono Cubs? Alrighty then, let's do this.
Huh?
Do what?
So what?
I don't care either way. If you want to help, then that's fine. True, I suppose. Thanks, I'll do my best for mommy's sake.
No.
Well, wait, perhaps we should... He's doing his best for his dead mommy. I'm so touched. Ah. Alright, fine. I'll leave it to you then. I suppose I have no choice. Where's this attitude when Kirumi died? Alright, I'll start analyzing the computer right away.
Yeah! This stinky little computer is no match for my hands.
Yeah. His hands are going at such an intense speed that the friction is creating fire.
All right.
I've already analyzed a few things. Already?
Okay.
The text file is consistent with the original program. It doesn't look like it was altered.
Yay!
Also, I found this too. What does that mean? Mew said she altered everything. What if it wasn't altered? What if Mew created it?
Is this?
What if Mew invented it? This looks like the information of when everyone logged in and out. That's important. Himiko, Tsumugi, Koichi logged in. Maki logged in. Kokichi logged in. Mew logged in. Kaito log out. Oh, Kibo log out. Himiko log out. Maki log out. I thought Kibo said that Himiko came out. I thought Kibo said that Maki came out after him. How does Himiko log out? Himiko, Maki, Gonta, Tsumugi, Shuichi, Kokichi. Okay, so this definitely gets rid of my theory that someone logged out to kill her. Interesting. Kaito was the first one that logged out.
Okay.
There's no sign that this was altered either. It's definitely accurate information.
Hey.
Could you show it to me? Yeah. This is much better scene to be looking at. It really does have everyone's log in and log out times. Everyone logged in and out at the exact same time. Except Kaito.
Well,
Aside from Mew, everyone has logged in and out once.
You're right.
Then it would appear that no one secretly logged out and then logged back in. Then my main concern becomes Kaito. He logged out ahead of us. No, it couldn't be him. Logged in and out record. Interesting. And I have no idea how she was murdered. Also, there's something else I noticed while I was analyzing the program. It looks like some parts of the program were rewritten. The program's been rewritten?
Oh.
Obviously, Mew was the only person capable of doing that.
Hey.
So which files did she rewrite, and what did she change?
Okay.
I'll analyze that, of course, but it's gonna take a little time. Perhaps by the end of the trial, and I'll tell you during the trial, so the information unfolds.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it's done by the class trial, then Shuichi will be able to avenge Mew. He just does whatever he pleases.
All right.
Alright, I'll keep on analyzing the crap out of this program. You're so reliable.
that's true.
Yeah, way more than you. Untrue. Kokichi is surprisingly reliable. I suppose I've investigated everything that I can here.
Hey.
Are you done investigating the crime scene? So do you know who the culprit is yet?
No.
Yeah, I nailed it. This might not actually be the crime scene. Yes, injuries in the virtual world could be fatal in the real world, meaning there's a possibility that she was killed in the virtual world. Which means the next area to investigate should
I
be
see.
the virtual world. We should go there again. Huh?
See?
I just read your mind, didn't I? I did, right? It's because I'm psychic. Just kidding.
Got it.
In that case, then I'm coming too. Oh, great, he's coming. You must really like me, huh? Say whatever you want. I don't have time to waste on you.
Yeah.
If we go back to the virtual world, we might find some new clues. With those, I might be able to clear my name. May I join you as well? I also think we should investigate the virtual world again.
Right.
Why don't we all go?
Ah.
So someone else can die. So I can get to be that avatar again? Huh? Did you actually like the avatar after all?
Well,
I'm going to stay here. He's still in the middle of analyzing the program. Going to search this place some more. This no time to be sleeping. That's not where, well, that's fine. Then I'll stay here too.
Huh?
What? Surprised? Are you gonna get lonely without your partner?
My bad.
But I'm busy, you know. I have to watch Maki in case she tries to do anything deceitful.
Huh?
Deceitful?
See?
Well, you and Kaito are pretty close, so you might do something deceitful for him, right?
Thank goodness.
Good thing Gonta's here with me. Your glare is too scary to handle alone. Gonta would risk his life to protect me from a murder? Huh?
Hey.
Hey, if you keep saying messed up crap like that, I'm gonna kick your ass into orbit.
all right already.
It's fine. Just ignore him and hurry to the virtual world.
Okay.
Kaito, let's just focus on solving this case for now. Fine.
Goodness.
Thank God, I don't like violence. The ultimate supreme leader would rather sneak around.
So that means...
So anyway, I'll leave the virtual world to you, Shuichi.
Yeah.
But I'm not exaggerating when I say this class trial can only be solved by you, okay? Your talent can save the useless people from here, you know?
What?
Who you calling useless? Sorry, I'm kind of eating. I'm eating as well. Enough already. Let's go. Blue's gonna do. We can do. What if we put the headset back on Mew? We picked our helmets up once again, sitting in the same seats as before.
So the red cord goes in the right side and the blue cord in the left, yeah?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, let's do that.
Right is the hand I hold my chopsticks with. I gotta be sure to get it right.
If you're that worried, why don't you use one that's already set up?
Don't do that. We place the devices on our head and flip the switch. Dude, is there gonna be another murder? I kind of worried that there might be another fucking murder. Or death. Maybe not murder, but like death. Alright, King Kong, have a good night. Sleep tight. Everyone here? Everyone alive?
Great, huh?
It's my avatar. Look, my avatar. So you liked it after all.
No.
So we're back here.
100%.
Apparently, we always arrive in this room when we log in. Mew said that logging in and out isn't possible unless we're in this room.
Huh?
Now, how did I get logged out? I was on the rooftop.
Okay.
Yes, we need to investigate
What
that
should we
area
do?
too. First, we're going to check Mew's avatar, right?
Right.
I think her avatar is still near the chapel. Then let's head to the chapel. Okay. Well, theoretically, there might not be any bodily harm seen on the avatar. I should check the map before heading to the chapel. Why should I check the map? I'll check the map of the mansion first. The first floor of the dining hall, yeah. Kokichi had the salon, Tsumugi in the dining hall, Kaito on the roof, Gonta on the outside. Oh, that's one. I should check the map. I need it as a truth bullet. That's why I needed to check the map. This is a map of the virtual world surrounded by walls in all four directions. Has a loading point in the middle of the map, split into two. No sight or sound can pass through the map's loading point. Except that there did seem to be sound heard on both sides. To get to the mansion, we have to go through that point. You also have to cross the river that runs parallel to it. That's how the world is designed. It's strange. I feel as though there's some secret to this. Yeah, that definitely doesn't make sense. How we both heard sound? What if it's... I still think that they're, like, overlaid. That it may not be, like, one giant map. Oh, it is one giant map. But, like, it can, like, fold. And it's like they sort of live parallel to each other. The map was made by Mew. Is that what's bothering me?
Hey, Shuichi.
I understand looking at maps makes you feel calm, doesn't it?
Huh?
Huh? You're the type of kid who stares at maps alone instead of playing at recess, aren't you?
No.
I never did anything like that.
Shuichi!
Don't forget that we're here for you, bro. Yeah, Himiko's roasting me.
Indeed.
You're not alone anymore.
That's fine.
You don't need to withdraw into a shell, you know?
Hmm.
I'm proud of you. You made friends with real people, not maps.
That's wrong.
Okay. I'm investigating. I'm just investigating. Please. I'll be back later. Where's this? Fucking getting destroyed. Oh, Shuichi, could you please come with me?
What happened?
What happened? I found something strange. I don't know if it's relevant to the case, but I want to hear your opinion regardless. It's right this way. I'm gonna get shanked. Toilet paper, right? Why would this be in a place like this?
That's right.
It's cold in here.
Huh?
Huh?
Which means...
My initial thought was that someone may have come here to defecate.
No.
No, I don't think that's it. I don't think the avatars have bowel movements. I don't have to go at all.
Huh?
So here's what I'm thinking. That toilet paper is a rope. An actual rope to get from the roof or to get from the bottom up, from down here to up there. That's what that could be used for. It's a rope. That never occurred to me. I do not intend to expel solid waste in the real world. I'm sorry. Wait.
But...
Interesting. It's still strange. Why would toilet paper be in a place like this? Could this be related to the case? Yes. They could have, like, wrapped it around that, around the binoculars, and then, like, shimmied up the side of the wall. But why? Why would they do that? Kaito just disappeared. I don't know how that's even possible. They didn't even kill Kaito. Mew wasn't even on the roof. I don't even know what that would have been for anyway. I don't know why they would have needed to climb on the roof, but whatever.
Hey, so...
Hey, isn't that signboard that Mew threw into the river? Yes, I do remember her throwing the signboard into the river. It's not some other signboard, right? She said there's only one of them?
No.
It's definitely the same. I brought it back from the one that was stuck on the rocks in the river. Oh. So that's what happened.
But...
But there's something bothering me. The rocks that the signboard got caught up weren't on the chapel side of the map. They were on the mansion side. What about that bothers you? It just got washed from the chapel to the mansion, right? From the chapel to the mansion. If the water flows from that way... Oh! That doesn't make sense. Because it should have been caught on the right side. So it's like a loop. This world is like a loop. So the board got, like, washed to the right, and then somehow looped, and then came in from the left. Interesting. Interesting. The flow of the river.
Shuichi!
Hey, think about that later. Let's get moving. Actually, let's not get moving. Alright, for now we need to investigate the scene. Hold on. River goes down this way. Gets washed to the right. Somehow, that river leads all the way over here. The sign then comes over here and then gets stuck. Interesting. Interesting. I would need to investigate this more. So Mew knew the secret of this world. Who else knew the secret of this world? Oh my god. The scene of the crime has not been altered since I found her.
So...
There's no possibility that someone tried to tamper with the crime scene afterward. Nah, that's for sure. It's just like how we left it. I'm pretty confident in my memory. I memorized a magic spell that would take a whole year just to chant.
What?
If you think I'm lying, I could start to chant right now, you know.
Unfortunately.
No, thank you. I don't think I could wait a whole year. Check the map to see if it loops. How do I check the map? Is the map going to be different here? In this world? I can't check the map. I only can check the truth bullets map. I logged out avatar disappears, but if a real body dies, the avatar remains unchanged.
Actually,
Look at all this stuff scattered around. What's happened here?
Jeez.
That's what we're gonna start investigating right now. Isn't that right, Shuichi?
Okay.
Right. The truth bullets map? I got a billion truth bullets. Map. This isn't the map that I wanted. This is the map that I wanted. See if it loops. Well, the river really is the only thing that loops. Yo, you're thank you for the follow. Sorry. I don't know how to pronounce your name. What about that path? There is a rock path. Whoops. So there is a rock path beneath both buildings that sort of like, it goes up into like the one, and then it goes to the other side. But it wouldn't match up if you like swapped it, right? If you swapped the side, I need to actually like enter fucking like Photoshop and like cut it in half and then like move it to the side and see what the fucking happens. Because it does look like it's wrong. It does look like the map has been replaced in the wrong direction. Aside from the one direct path, it's weird. I don't know, it's weird. I can't visualize it. I'm not good at visualizing without literal things. This is a hammer. Why would there be a hammer in this world? To build things. I rewrote the program to do all dangerous weapons. Mew said that she's deleted dangerous objects. I can't imagine she'd miss a hammer. But was Mew lying? But why would she lie? Maybe people lie. Maybe she was trying to kill someone. Maybe I should just say it. Maybe I should just come out and say it. Mew tried to fucking kill someone. Is this a cell phone? There are cell phones in this world, but what could they be used for?
No.
Like logging someone out? Oh, that's it. It's a phone, so... Ah, a cell phone. I can't believe there's something like this here.
Ah,
Kaito, perfect timing. I'd like you to help me out with something. I just want to test something out. Say your name. Help you out?
Of course.
Of course, I'd never say no to a favor from my sidekick.
thank you.
Thank you.
You know,
What do you need me to
Is
do?
that all right?
You don't have to do anything. You just have to stand here. Huh? I just gotta stand here? Kaito Momota. Damn! He can be logged out just by someone else. That's so fucking corny. Just as I thought. This can be used to log out, just like the phone in the salon. And it proves it doesn't have to be the person themselves. You just have to say their name. If you just say their name. You can log out anyone you like. Oh, I fucking knew it.
All right.
I see. Thanks to Kaito's help, I'm starting to pin this down. Interesting. I bet Kaito was pretty surprised he just logged out all of a sudden. I should apologize for that later. I still don't understand how she died. I get that Kaito was logged out manually, but why him? Mew's avatar is frozen, collapsed in the snow. A logged out avatar disappears. The body dies, remains. If killing him still, if the body dies, disappears, we should investigate. The avatars never show injuries, so they stay the same. She still looks almost alive. Her face is so pretty here, isn't it? It's hard to believe she's dead.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Is this a piece of lattice? Why is this here? This was on the roof, was it not? This was on the roof. In the storage room. How did she get it? Originally, I thought she might have just used this as a boat to get into the river and then, like, float along the river. But I don't know. I don't know how she would have gotten it. Nah, it's a mysterious object. It's a wooden mat. It's used to be common. Oh, it's a mat? I thought it was just like a wooden, wooden planks that you store, that you store boxes and crates on. It used to be common in bathrooms. I didn't see anything like that in the chapel. Where did it come from? Not from the chapel. Then why is it here? I just figured it out with my magic. Oh, you did? Maybe someone used that instead of the signboard to cross the river. that someone is the culprit. No, I don't think so. The river's current is pretty fast. Even if you did use it to cross, there's no reason it would be here. I know that. I was just testing you a little. Why would you want to test me? But what does this mean? What's something like that doing here? I'm not positive why the Latisse is left here, but I'm sure there's something. It must have something to do with the case. I don't know how she died. This came from there. They need to grab something from where Kaito was logged out, maybe? Yeah, that's true. Kaito was on the roof. They needed something from the roof. They logged Kaito out manually. Kaito's gone. They go to the roof. They grab this. They use the toilet paper to descend the side of the building, so to not be caught by any of the other people investigating the inside of the building. And then I don't know how Mew dies. The hammer somehow comes into play and somehow Mew dies. Case solved. Easy. We don't know the class trial star would investigate the scene. What else is there left to investigate? Sumagi.
Actually,
So that reminds me, you can't leave footprints in the snow, can you? It looks that way. This is a killing game simulator. It's probably because footprints in the snow would make finding the culprit easy, so the snow probably isn't a clue for this case. What if I walked this way? Because what if the footprints would have just led this way?
Hey,
Himiko, could you tell me about when you found Mew one more time? We were looking for the secret of the outside world at the chapel, but since Mew volunteered to check outside the chapel, she separated from us. After a while, we started the search. We heard a really loud sound outside. Something must have hit the wall of the chapel pretty hard, and we felt it from way inside. Something hit the chapel wall? So we all rushed outside to check the side of the chapel, and we found Mew's avatar. And then we tried to get to the, go to the mansion, but logged out and checked Mew's real body. But when we got to the river, the bridge was gone for some reason. Then while we were standing around wondering what to do, you guys showed up.
thank you.
Thank you. Got it. There must be some kind of clue to account. Yeah, because for this sound, hits the wall, and then like the other side where we heard the sound from the other building is if this were to be restructured onto the other side, it would line up perfectly, and we'd hear it, and there'd be a very small gap, like it'd be like what, 10 feet apart from the buildings? Sus. Wait, I think I need to still investigate. Kibo, tell me something. What's wrong, Kibo? Is something bothering you? I just remembered something. I think the whispering I heard might be relevant to the case. Whispering? You heard whispering? Yes, I did not intend to eavesdrop, but I did hear it, shortly before we gathered at the chapel and dispersed to begin searching. Oh yeah, before we split up, I want to ask you something, Mew. The whispering! It would seem that Kokichi and Mew may have had plans to meet each other. Meet each other? Kokichi was confirming the specific place that they were supposed to meet. I couldn't hear the whole conversation, but I'm certain the rooftop was mentioned. Then those two met on the rooftop? But it's strange, right? If they were planning to meet on the mansion's rooftop, why did Mew volunteer to search the area around the chapel?
You're right.
If that's true, then they were meeting on the rooftop. She would have wanted to search the mansion. Either way, she shouldn't have been able to get to the rooftop. She was searching for the area around the chapel, which is where we found her avatar, and with no bridge to cross the river, she could not have gone far from the chapel to the mansion. That's true. Something is strange about all this. Trying to blame Kokichi. True. Yeah, this map is definitely wrong. Okay, I finished my investigation of this area. Shuichi, it would seem that we're finished investigating this place.
Okay.
To the rooftop! There's something I wanted to ask. Can our avatars hide objects? Like a fucking storage? I think, yeah, like how I hide all these truth bullets that I've been collecting. It seems like you can just put stuff in your clothes here too, just like the real world. I see, just like the real world. So what are we gonna do next? Are we gonna go back to the real world already? Before that, I have one more place I have to investigate. The mansion rooftop.
As I thought.
Very well then. I will meet you there and kill you. The place Mew and Kokichi were supposed to meet. The place Kaito logged out. I'm positive that it has something to do with this case. There should be clues there. I don't really get it, but if you want to investigate, then let's go do that, Shuichi. You're right. Away you go. Wait, whoops. Shuichi, everyone is counting on you, including myself, to fail and not catch me. Please give the class trial everything you've got, and see us through to the end. See us through to the end. And I'll do my best as well, of course. Whoops. God. As I as well, I can at least do that. I'm a detective after all. I'm a psychic. After all, I am a psychic. Marai Hills. Is there a path here? Yeah, why would this be here? With no space. Like, the little from here to the other side, to the right side of the chapel, that's so, like, nothing. That's so nothing distance. Kaito.
Shuichi!
Hey, Shuichi, what was that all about?
Sorry.
Ah, Kaito, I'm sorry. I just wanted to see if you could log out using the cell phone.
Jeez.
And tell me first, that was bad for my heart. I suddenly got logged out. I panicked and rushed back here.
Okay.
Sorry,
Stop it.
brother. Come on now, that's enough. Don't interfere with the investigation.
You know-
I wasn't interfering. Wait, did you guys come back here? Did you already finish your investigating? I wanted to investigate the rooftop next. Huh? What's important about the rooftop? There's nothing on the rooftop. I didn't kill anyone there. I'm innocent. Wasn't Mew at the chapel the whole time? We found her on the ground next to it.
Oh,
Now, let's believe Shuichi's reasoning.
It'll be okay.
Shuichi can do it for sure. He's the ultimate detective after all. If you're gonna be like that, then do what you want. Investigate the rooftop or whatever. But Shuichi's my sidekick. In other words, his deductions are my deductions. And my deductions are his.
hey now.
What are you? Some credit-stealing bully?
I mean-
Exactly. Exactly the reason I don't like him. Well, I'm gonna investigate Mew's avatar since I got interrupted last time. Sorry.
Well then.
Well then, let's go to the rooftop. Yeah, we should. Why didn't Kibo express his belief in me in solving this case? Maybe it's because he doesn't want me to solve this case because he's sus. Because he's sus. Oh shit, I didn't say hi to the map. The map is gonna be so angry and jealous. Mew and Kokichi were supposed to meet on this very rooftop, and the person in charge of searching this area, Kaito, was forcibly logged out. This area must have something to do with the case. Check the closet. The mat is gone. On the storage room. It's a little different than how I remember. It feels as if something is missing. Yes. The mat. It feels as if something is missing. But I wasn't paying close enough attention the first time, so I really don't remember. Oh, what a brilliant ultimate detective. Kyoko would have analyzed this entire room and had already solved the case with one clue at hand. Tell him, Makoto. I might not be looking directly connected to the case, but I should inspect these binoculars. I can see this building is... I can see that this building is on top of a hill. And I can't see past this point because of the map's loading point. But that is strange. Why would the map loading point be right in the middle of the world? Something doesn't seem right. Because that's not the middle of the world. That's the end of the world. Dude, I'm telling you, the map is backwards. So it's weird. But I don't know why and how we can't just, like, go between worlds. Something doesn't seem right. Interesting. Interesting. Kibo, did you find anything? Oh, this is difficult. There's nothing here that seems to resemble a clue. But Mew should have arranged to meet with Kokichi here. I thought we could at least confirm whether or not she really came to the rooftop. But unfortunately, there are no clues that indicate this. Did Mew ever come to the rooftop? That is an important question.
Hey.
Hey, Kibo, I wanted your opinion on something. Did you kill her? Did you kill Mew? Do you think you could get up and down from this roof from outside the mansion? No, that would have been very difficult. This rooftop is rather high. Even the edge of this roof is roughly the height of a 3 to 4 story building.
You're right.
Yes, certainly too high to jump, which means it would have been impossible to climb from the outside. That means the only way to this rooftop is the stairs. Unless you have a fucking loo roll. What's wrong, Himiko?
Okay.
When murders happen in a mansion in the snow like this, there are always locked room mysteries created by piled up snow, isn't that right? But it's disappointing that you can't leave footprints in the snow in this world. That's something to be disappointed about? Yes, because those are clues, Shuichi. Why am I not disappointed about it? Shuichi, you're a terrible detective. Kyoko would be disappointed. Huh? I see.
Hey.
What's wrong, Sumagi? Ah, look at this doorknob. It's locked. Ah, it is. The thumb turn locked. It's thumb turn locked. I don't know what that means. Easy to lock. Like a button? It seems like you can't lock it unless you're on the outside. And look, the keyhole on this side of the door. Isn't it usually the other way around? Not necessarily. I've seen this before to prevent you from locking yourself out.
See.
Huh, is that so? This rooftop has a lock on the door. That is important information. I've inspected everything here. All that's left now is Maki roll. Oh, there you are. I was looking for you.
Huh?
Maki, why are you here? I thought you were analyzing the program.
Told you.
Monotaro finished analyzing the program, so he told me to gather everyone. He finished?
Shuichi!
We probably should head back then. Our investigation is pretty much done, right? Yeah, you're right. I've investigated everything I needed to.
Shuichi.
Well then, we'll head back first.
I don't wanna.
I wanna say goodbye. I don't wanna say goodbye to my avatar. Did you like it that much?
Then.
Rip Himiko's avatar. We should go too.
Hey.
What's wrong? Well, you're definitely more reliable in a class trial than out. All the others think so too. What?
Well,
I'm not trying to sound like Kaito, but I don't think you should carry all the burden alone. You're Shuichi Saihara before you're a detective. Don't ever forget that. Well, I shouldn't be talking. I threw away my identity as Maki Harukawa to be an assassin. I never had to say her last name. Thank you, Maki. Very cool. Kiss? Okay. Was she being considerate just now? Okay. I don't need Maki. Listen, I don't need Maki. In this world, I don't need Maki. I don't need Maki when I have you. You are my love. You're all I need in this world. No one's here anymore. It's just us. They can't judge us anymore. It's just you and me. We should log out too. By the way, did something happen between you and Kaito? What?
well,
When he logged out a little while ago, he looked like he was in a bad mood. Sorry. That was probably my fault. Or maybe he's just being a little bit of a bitch about the whole thing, huh? Ever consider that? Ever consider Kaito just sucks? Kaito's dead. Ah? How did Kaito get out? I pulled the device off my head and the real world appeared before me.
Shuichi!
Well, Shuichi, isn't the real world way better than some virtual reality? Anyway, I felt so lonely without you around. Apologize for making me feel unloved.
Hey.
Hey, there's something I wanted to ask you. I totally didn't draw anything on your tummy while you were logged in, okay?
Huh?
What?
It's a lie.
I'm kidding. So what was it you wanted to
Is
ask?
that all right?
You planned to meet with Mew on the roof, right? Did you end up meeting her? Oh, so you know about that. Shuichi. Impressive, Mr. Ultimate Detective.
Okay.
Then I'll tell you what happened. I never met up with Mew. I couldn't get to the rooftop because it was locked.
Huh?
Locked? After I gave up and went back to the salon for the search for the secret of the outside world. Oh, after that, he went to do that. Is that true, Kokichi? Huh? Are you doubting me? Can someone verify that you were at the salon the entire time? Well, he wasn't at the salon the entire time because he went to the roof. He went to go to the roof to meet Mew. But that failed. Did you meet anyone there? No, I don't have a witness.
Right?
But you can also say that there's no witness that can't prove I wasn't there.
Hey!
Unless you saw the salon empty yourself.
Anyway,
Well, it's up to you whether or not you believe me or not.
Shuichi!
But you shouldn't doubt me like that. We're partners. Which one is it? Did Kokichi meet up with Mew or not? Is he lying or telling the truth? I don't know what could have shaken everything. Maybe his Mew's, got pushed off the roof. I think maybe Sumagi. Maybe Sumagi did it. Yeah, because the toilet paper was in the bathroom. Tsumugi was left alone. She could have went to the bathroom, used it like a grappling hook, climbed up to the roof, and then killed Mew. Is he lying or telling the truth? Which is it? Kokichi in the salon. My sights have gone back onto Tsumugi. Oh, you. I need info.
Hey!
I've been waiting for you, Shuichi. I am sure Maki already told you, but I finally finished analyzing the program. I'm starting to put together a lot of important facts, so here they are. He really is trying to be our friend. A little bit, at least.
So,
First, the person who tampered with this program was Mommy, like we suspected. Mommy has an eccentric way of writing her code, so I knew it was her right way.
Oh.
I guess her personality wasn't the only eccentric thing about her.
Got a minute?
They said you can't hear beyond loading zone, but probably can hear the space where you think the end of the map. Yeah, because the loading zone where sound isn't is the end of the world, so there's no reason for sound to go beyond that point. Because talking on the right side of the map would lead to the sound taking place on the left side of the other map. So that's why the sound we both heard we both heard Mew die. So she might have been like pushed or something. What did she tamper with? A few things, but I'll share the first one with you.
so.
It looks like Mommy deleted a lot of objects from the killing game simulator. She said that she deleted anything that could be used as a weapon. But in that case, why was there a hammer?
Okay.
That's true. Only the hammer was left. But why was it left, huh? The way the program was written makes it seem like she did it on purpose. On purpose?
Then,
Did she add anything? We found a cell phone in the virtual world. No, that cell phone was an original feature of the program. That implies Mew hid that fact from us, which means that means she's the one who logged out Kaito. All Mommy added were the 2 maps, and the rest were already part of the program. By the way, while we're talking about objects, I wanted to ask you something. We used the signboard to cross the river, but we could have used something else could we have used something else as a bridge? I didn't really see anything that could have been used as a bridge to cross the river. Only that signboard could have been used to cross the bridge. But you don't need to cross the bridge when the maps are connected. So what's the next thing she tampered with? Well, it looks like she also tampered with a certain parameters of the program. The parameters? Everything in that program is categorized as either a human or non-human object. Of course, everyone's avatar was assigned the human parameter. But for some reason, Mommy gave her avatar the non-human object parameter. Which means she doesn't follow the rules of humans. I don't know why she could be killed then. And what happens when you become an object? Well, the difference is only for identification purposes, so it probably didn't affect anything.
Well,
But if it didn't affect anything, then why would she have gone out of her way to do that? So maybe... I was about to say, maybe she, like, weighed, like, a ton. Maybe she gave herself, like, the weight of, like, a tank. And then, I don't fucking know. Or perhaps that has something to do with the next thing she tampered with.
So.
Mommy added a wall that didn't originally exist in the program. A wall between the left and right side of the map. Not that wall. The coordinates of the virtual world are represented on the x-axis and the y-axis, and it seems that Mommy added a wall that runs the length of the y-axis.
Huh?
True. She created an additional wall. Close to the original. There were walls in all 4 directions and down the y-axis. Huh.
hey,
But you're positive there was only one? What does that mean? Whoops, did I skip something? Yep, there's definitely only one. What does that mean? Huh. Which wall was the one Mew added? What was the world like originally? Mew said there wasn't anything past the wall. Was that another lie? I think Mew just got. Like Sayaka. Also, it looks like that extra wall was giving a special setting. A setting that allows non-human objects to pass through it. So she can pass through the wall while no one else can. Easy. Left and right. Very easy. Pass to the left and to the right. It allows objects through. Actually, what am I thinking? Maybe Mew just killed herself. This is chapter 4 we're talking about. Suicide chapter. Sakura kills herself. Nekomaru kills himself. Mew killed herself. Mew's death came of her own volition. It allows objects through.
I see.
Perhaps she was just a fucking idiot. And she messed up. I see. That's very interesting.
Hey, hey.
So are all those things that she tampered with?
Ah,
But why? Perhaps she realized in this world what I realized, and this is all a simulation. And she wanted to leave the simulation. She wanted to get out of the Inception-like world she was in. Remember all these flashbacks that Shuichi is having where it's like, I must die. My purpose is to die. Maybe Mew remembered that and figured it all out and just killed herself because she's like, I've done it. I've solved the mystery of the world. There's one more thing. Or maybe you guys also had a strange setting given to their avatar. A strange setting?
okay.
Yep, the setting that made it so they would be unable to move if mommy touched them. They would be unable to move. So, if mommy touched them. So what? Mew touched herself and then became like a rock. And then like, she like scratched her face. And then she became still, and then like a breeze pushed her off the fucking roof, and then she like died. Imagine.
Then.
So if Mew touched them, their avatar would be paralyzed?
Hey,
Who was it? Oh, it was Kokichi. Huh? It's me? I didn't know that. Oh, so she was planning to kill Kokichi. Well, duh, I wouldn't know. I never touched Mew in that world. I see. I didn't even notice.
Okie dokie.
That's all I have to report. Wait, what was that rule? A setting that made it that they would become unable to move. So if Mew touched Kokichi, he wouldn't be able to move. Mew was definitely planning to kill Kokichi. And she fucking got. That's all I have to report. Well, do you think it'll help you guys out? Yeah, that helps a lot. Thanks. I don't think Kokichi killed Mew. I think Mew just fucked up. I think Mew planned a murder and just fucked up and killed herself, pretty much.
Ah,
Oh, I should probably tell you this too, though it's probably not related to the case. Some sort of avatar user error occurred when you all logged in for the first time. Some sort of avatar user error occurred. What? An error? The contents of the error are unknown, so I can't provide any details, but something strange definitely happened to someone's avatar when you all logged in.
well,
I don't think anyone's avatar was acting strange, though. What kind of error could it be? That's important information. The colors switched? But it's a mystery. An avatar error. Interesting. I don't know what that means, though. Don't moon me. Oh, I thought he was mooning me. He's hanging over the wall. That's his head.
Trial. You know, that thing where everyone stands in a circle and talks about the dead body. Low energy? Me? No, I'm excited.
I thought it might have been Himiko too, because she's like, she doesn't know like the lefts and rights and shit. But I don't know.
I'm just taking a little break.
Quite
right
frankly,
now.
I have
When I'm
ruled.
done, I'll be my usual
Listen,
energized
I've just
self.
ruled Himiko out because she has had a very big role in the past 2 chapters. Or like, yeah, like 2 or 3 chapters. She had her magic show where she was accused of killing Ryoma. She fucking had to go through a Tenko arc. How frequently is Himiko going to get wrapped up in the goddamn plot as a suspect of like, of course Himiko probably did it. I've essentially just ruled her out, quite frankly.
Yep, I'll be way more energized later. Anyway, that's all.
There have been too many characters who haven't been involved, like Kibo, and Sumuki, and even Kaito.
Hey!
You seem like you're not into it at all. We don't have to do the class trial, you know? But it's gonna start, huh? Can stop it anymore?
You're right.
No, we can't.
So,
This is all I can tell you guys, but I don't want any of you to forget. I'm your friend. Okay, so he's dying. He's the Monokub that dies. I'm your friend. Huh? He just decided we're friends?
Thank you.
Thank you. Going to feel relieved. Don't worry, Monotaro. Shuichi will get revenge for Mew's death.
That's so mean.
And he'll get that revenge by finding the culprit among us. He's right. The culprit is someone here.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. When this class trial is over, I hope we all get to know each other better. That's kind of the line that triggers it. That's the kind of line that triggers a death flag.
Okay.
I want a fresh start. I want to make up for my past mistakes. That too. Meeting all you has really...
Sorry.
Sorry, it's nothing. I'll save it for after the class trial is finished. The flag is rising. Oh, what was that? I think I heard something over there.
All right.
I'll go check it out all by myself.
So long. Farewell.
Okay, game. Okay, game.
What did you say?
It's waving in the wind.
This is stupid.
Quit screwing around. Let's hurry up and go.
Going to do his best.
Going to do his best too. Going to do his very best to be even a little bit useful for everyone.
Wow.
I'm so excited. I'll definitely expose the culprit this time. What's so exciting about this? With conflicting emotions in our hearts, we headed to the Shrine of Judgment. Bye, Mew. Mew, you coming? You're just gonna sit there like a lazy potato. Like a lazy couch potato. Mew? Mew, you good? Okay, I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there, Mew. I don't know who did it. I'll be real. I'll be real. I don't know who did it. But of course, you know what that means. We gotta end it there, chat. I don't know who did it. I think Mew may have just killed herself. She fucked up. She tried to plan a murder and then she died. Or maybe it was Kibo or Sumugi. Actually, no. I'll say Sumugi or Mew did it. I have no idea. Sumugi or Mew. Those are my two thoughts, and I don't know how, why, who, what, when, where, why. I have no idea. I'll be real. I'll be real. I have no fucking clue. I have no fucking clue. Yeah, listen. We'll do a love hotel scene. We'll do a love hotel. Always a love hotel. We still got a few of them left. Yeah, I don't know who did it. Schedule always leaves off on a pre-trial cliffhanger. Of course. Always on the cliffhanger. That's Danganronpa special. Pretty much you could stop playing this game at any point during anything that's happening, and it'll feel like a cliffhanger. Who is it? Who is it? Ooh, Maki! Wait a second. I know a lot about you in modern day. You're hitting on me in modern day. Every time I come here, I play their ideal. Maki's ideal fantasy. I wonder what it could be like. Hey.
Huh?
Hey.
Jeez.
I still don't know anything, even after we've been together for over 10 years. 10 years!
What's wrong?
Right before you entered my elementary school, you came to the orphanage, remember? Yes, I remember. I see. Maki and I are friends from the orphanage.
Why?
Why are you looking at me like that? Is it something that I said?
No.
No, it's nothing. I don't know why you're making that face. I don't get you.
But
Do you think that you should? Oh my god, I've never seen that blushing face. Did I say something? Maki is blushing. What happened?
Because.
I didn't know you thought about things like that. This whole time I never noticed.
Huh?
Things like that?
Hey.
You're the worst. You're the worst ever. What? Where did this come from?
What is it?
What are you trying to get me to say? It's all because you said that when we played house. The younger kids are copying us. I said something? What was it?
You.
You're usually so unreliable. But then you had to say that all of a sudden. What a pain. Did I say I love you? You said you didn't want to play house anymore, but instead start a real family. When did you start thinking about that? I never even noticed it before. I said what?
What are you trying to pull?
That means you and I. Well, you must have said that seriously knowing the type of guy you are. You don't lie, and you would never do anything to make someone sad. I already know that. I wasn't with you for this long just for your looks. That's why I... Maki stopped pouring her heart out and looked down. Maki, what's wrong?
Hey.
Give me your hand.
Huh?
My hand? Like this? Maki squeezed her hand around mine as if trying to envelop it. But it didn't work, because she's got tiny, small hands.
This is definitely strange. When I think about you, when I hold your hand, when I touch you, I'm happy, but I'm scared. I'm satisfied with so little, but at the same time, I want more. I don't understand. This is the first time I've ever felt this way.
I felt Maki's hands tighten around mine.
Hey, Shuichi. There's still a lot I don't understand, but I'm certain about some things. I don't want to let you go. I'll stay by your side forever, close enough to hold your hand.
This is just like a sweet love story. This is Maki's first love.
I want to cuddle.
Okay.
Just the two of us.
Okay.
If this is what families do, then I want to do that.
Oh, straight to cuddling, huh?
That's what it means to love, right?
That for now is good enough.
Maki.
After you said you wanted to start a family, I thought about you. You're my friend from the orphanage. You've always been there for me. That's normal, but not at the same time. You think about me. I think about you too. We stayed together after all this time. This is probably just a miracle, but miracles turn to false hope eventually. Maki stared into my eyes. Her gaze was so serious. She so resolute. I felt it in my bones.
I don't want to lose anything. You or this feeling. That's why I want you to promise me. Not just a marriage proposal, but something that lets me feel more.
Maki had made her decision. I needed to make mine. I took a deep breath to prepare my heart and nodded with a smile. Nice. How sweet. Is Maki your waifu? She is a waifu in this game. One of, like, two. Kurumi, I would say, is my main squeeze in this game was Kurumi. Well, Maki's pretty good. Let's do one more. That's a very wholesome one. Nah, we'll do another one. It's a very wholesome. Very wholesome of Maki. The question is, what if it's a repeat? I can't believe we haven't gotten a repeat. With that said, we're probably going to get a repeat. We haven't gotten Angie's, we haven't gotten Himiko's, we haven't gotten most of the other guys. Love key? Yes. Come on. Who is it? Someone new? Come on. No, Maki. No, again. That's our first repeat, and it's Maki again. Ah, shit. Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez. We gotta get someone new. We gotta get someone new. Fuck. It's not good. It's gonna be a real fucking pain when we're down to, like, our last person that we need. We might just have to fucking, like, Google it. Or YouTube it. You know? You know how hard it is to get this RNG? Yeah, we also cannot get Kaede and Rantaro because they are dead. Is there a new Mono Machine? Is there? No! Shit, we're getting repeats over and over again. The fucking Phantom Thief Kokichi. Alright, well, one more. We'll give it one more shot. If it's not, then we're ending stream. Oh, is there an after game one for like a pose, like a school life Kaede and Rentaro one that I can get? That would make sense. Come on. Come on. Hey, Angie. Oh. Angie, hello. Hello, Angie. How is Atua? Am I going to be Atua? I wonder what Angie's fantasy is with her head always full of Atua.
Yoo-hoo!
Hey, hey, Shuichi, I'm bored. Bored. I outrank you, so if you don't do something about my boredom, I have to punish you. You outrank me?
Of course, of
That's
course.
right, I have seniority because I'm older and wiser than you. Why are you pretending to play dumb? Is this a new game we're playing?
No.
No, not at all. We're the same age, but in Angie's fantasy, she has seniority. Well, I have to act the part. I don't want Angie to feel bad.
Come on.
Look, Shuichi, look how bored I am.
Atua has
Atua says a low rank who lets a high rank be bored gets points deducted. Well then, what should I do? Before I could concoct a plan, Angie gave me an answer of sorts. Yaha! Slam! Angie slammed her body into me, knocking me over.
Wait!
Wait, Angie, what are you doing? The bed creaked as we toppled onto it. I tried to get to my feet, but... Gotcha, Shuichi! Angie giggled like a schoolgirl as she straddled my knee. Oh well, more like my thigh.
Hey!
Angie, you're not a kid. Get off.
Woohoo!
This is a divine bed. I think we can have fun here. Nope, she's not listening.
Yoo-hoo!
Hey, hey, Shuichi. Angie peeked at me with teasing eyes. What's poking me?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
What?
What could it be?
I don't know.
What indeed? Please, no jokes like that while we're in this position.
Well then.
Hey, Shuichi, I want to play some more. What are you trying to play? Oh, you know, the usual. Since you won't come up with something fun to do, we'll just play the usual game. The usual? Huh? You're still not used to our game? But that's okay. You always do whatever I tell you, Shuichi. That's what I like about you the most. Whoa. Angie leaned forward and embraced me. A hug? I get the hug! Of course, with the way she was positioned, her chest pushed right against my face.
Wait!
Angie, you're touching...
Yep.
I know, I'm doing it on purpose.
Huh?
What?
Because
I like you, Shuichi. I like watching you get filled with divine fervor. Angie straightened her body, peeking down at me with an impish smile. I recognized that smile, but it felt a bit naughtier than usual.
So?
Hey, Shuichi, what do you want me to do for you today?
Huh?
What do I want you to do? I want to see you get filled with divine fervor, just like this.
Huh?
Go. A shiver ran through my body. Angie's fingertips danced against the nape of my neck. What are you doing? You like that, huh, Shuichi? I know you do. Atua told me so. Still smiling, her fingers began tracing over my body. Lower, lower still. Angie is small. I could have probably thrown her off of me if I wanted to. But those fingers, I felt totally helpless. Holy shit. Oh my god, Angie, what a fucking...
Hey.
Hey, you can't talk...
to a high rank like that. Atua will get angry, you know. So I'll punish you instead. I'll mete out punishment in Atua's place.
She might also fucking stick a knife in my chest and sacrifice me for Atua. There's also a high probability she might just do that as well.
Angie! Hey, Angie, enough!
You're so cute, Shuichi. I'm the only one who gets to see this side of you. That's That's enough punishment for you. It seems Atua is satisfied.
That's a relief. She was getting pretty
Now
close.
it's your turn. Make sure I have lots of fun, okay?
Huh?
Time to play, Shuichi. Play until we've reached sweaty salvation.
Oh my. Oh my. Dude. Is Shuichi... Let me think about this. Is Shuichi gay? Because so far, he like resists every advance that the women like make. But even like when it came to Ryoma, he was like all in. Why does he resist all advances from the women? But it's like all in with the dudes. Because even when I was thinking about like his relation to Kaede, like it didn't seem very romantic. Sure, she held his hand, but like that could still be like a platonic thing. He's so weird. Shuichi is so weird. Maybe he's a gentleman and like a bro to the boys. Yeah, a bro to the boys. Fucking Ryoma is confessing his love to me. And I'm like, yeah, we can do this. You and me. He's a homosexual. Yeah. Ryoma was a homie. Just kiss a homie. I'm only down with the homies. It's weird. Kaede wanted Shuichi, not so much. True. Actually true. We didn't even get Gentleman Gonta in the love scene. Shuichi needs to be more all in. That was a pretty good one. That was a pretty good one. Angie, listen, if Angie was just like that more often, I think people would have liked her more. That was a pretty good one, I will say. But chat, that's gonna do it for today. As you all know, the trial is up and coming. Who killed Mew? We got the clues. Now we just gotta figure out who did it. So, until then, I hope you all have a good rest of your night. I appreciate you. And I'll be back Monday. And we'll do Chapter 4 Trial. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day, evening, night, whatever you're doing. And I'll see you then. Have fun. Bye-bye.